Card of the month, October 2024. Card number 32 from the Zeta Reticuli, Past First Era, Linear Thinking. We'd like to begin by using an analogy that may seem like it isn't connected to this theme, but you will see how it connects in the end. Think of an item in your world called a cassette tape. We know that some of you young ones never had to use this one. Your favorite album is on this cassette tape, but in order to get your favorite song, you have to fast forward, a slow process, until you can guess where the beginning of the song is. Now think of a music CD with an album on it. Getting to your favorite song is faster because you can easily skip over the songs you don't want to hear, but yet the process is still somewhat linear. Both of those items, cassette and CD, are localized objects. This means that you must have them with you physically to use them. Now think of a music streaming service like Pandora, for example. With that service, 1,000 people can listen to the same song at the same time. We'd say that the song is what we can call non-local. That means that you don't have to have it with you physically, but you can still access it out there somewhere in any moment. Learning to use a service like this, especially for those of you elders who had to transition from cassette to CD to streaming, means that you had to learn how to shift from a perception of local awareness to non-local awareness. What do we mean by that? We've often spoken about how consciousness is going to shift dramatically as you move deeper into fourth density. That analogy above is a good example of how your perception is in the process of changing. In actuality, how you process information in your world is a direct reflection of the expansion of your consciousness. Without a direct mirror, it is nearly impossible to perceive your own shifts in consciousness objectively. But if you look at how you navigate through reality, you can get a glimpse. This card, Linear Thinking, refers to the shift in consciousness that is taking place as you move to fourth density. Within third density, you navigate linearly using a safe formula. Past plus present equals future. You rely on your mind to guide you on a very limited and narrow path where cause and effect can seem slow. This is part of what a third density consciousness is like. It is unaware of its multidimensional nature. These limitations slow you down so that you can experience the bittersweet intensity of life in a physical body. We know that most of you are tired of that experience. As you move to fourth density now, you are taking a leap from cassette to streaming service. Yes, there is a spectrum of experience between the two. Most of you are having experiences in which you are tapping into your holographic nature, the part of you that exists in all places at once. You are beginning to sense that even your relationship with time is changing because the speed at which cause and effect are manifesting has accelerated. So why are we talking about this? We're talking about this because there is one part of human beings that is the most resistant to making this shift. That part is the complex web of belief systems that each person carries. These belief systems, to ensure their own survival, are very invested in not changing the formula that keeps them alive. For example, if you have a creative idea that brings you joy, you have to navigate those belief systems that want to keep things as they are. You feel your inner self saying things like, "Oh, you'll never be able to do that," or "Oh, you aren't good enough." We are sure you know what we're talking about. Whenever you reinforce those old belief systems, you stay in a trajectory of linear thought. This is why in these chaotic times, when reality is moving so fast and you are constantly being challenged, it is important that you deliberately make choices that don't reinforce your old habits. It becomes essential to trust the flow even more because the flow is nonlinear and based on your non-local consciousness, the greater you. As time goes on, you're going to find that making choices based on linear thought won't work anymore. In fact, it will feel painful because you'll feel you aren't honoring your whole being. Your Zeta family, being so attached to their thought processes in their first era, had a very challenging time with surrendering to the holographic streaming service. When they did, however, they dove into the flow completely. The good news for you is that through the hologram of creation, their lessons are available to you to help you make this shift within yourselves. Final words. Cultivate as much awareness in the present moment as possible to sense when you are stuck in the linear cassette mode in your consciousness. Do whatever you can to move to the holographic universal streaming service as you navigate your life. That means moving with the flow, especially the flow of your joy and creative passion. As you do, those linear belief systems and perceptions will gradually melt away and reveal your true shining self. For more information, please see our website, www.lyssaroyal.net.